As you know, we have passed the Senate, we passed the House committee. Today the vote is in the House. Now we do have one wrinkle. We did not have
Okay,
the
started
House
already.
sponsor's name on the Senate bill. So they had to amend it simply to add his name. That's the only change to the bill. So that was done
Please, Dad.
Monday in the House. Now the bill comes up for a vote today. When it passes, it has to go back to the Senate because it's been amended. The only amendment was to add the guy's name. But I've talked to Gary Stubblefield, and he assures me what I thought was true was true. He said this will take about 45 seconds. We get these all the time, and they will say the bill's been amended to add the name of the sponsor. And that's all he'll say, and they'll vote, and 99% of the time that's what he gets. Now, suppose somebody who's opposed to it could object and try to send it back to the Senate committee. I think it would take a majority vote to do that. I don't think there's any way we can do that. On issues, particularly ones that are controversial, legislators get to the point where I've heard enough, I'm done with it. I want to pass this, move on to something else. I think that's where they are. So I don't think even the folks that oppose it are going to bring anything up in the Senate especially. So that's where we're at. We need to pray that all the people that told us they were going to vote for it. If they do, we're there. And we've got a few more that have not declared that we feel pretty confident are going to vote for it. A couple of them told Austin McCullum, our sponsor, they did everything but tell them they were going to vote for it. They said, the reason I'm not declaring yet is I don't want to hear any more from those crazy people in Secure, Arkansas. So that's where we're at. So we convene today at 1:30. They always do resolutions first. There's only one resolution today, and that's ours, so we will be first on the agenda. And should be about 2:15 or earlier. It should be done one way or the other. And if it passes, as we expect it will be sent back to the Senate. They will get it tomorrow, but not in time to schedule it tomorrow. So it will be Monday when it goes back for a vote to add a sponsored name. I'm going to be here. I don't think you need to. If any of you came from long distances, if some of you are close by, you know, it wouldn't hurt to have some folks there. But I really do think this is just going to merely be a formality. We do not expect any trouble, but if you can find trouble here, you're not looking for it. So that's the situation. So if you can come back, you just want to see us again, we will be here. We won't need to get here till later in the morning. The Senate convenes a little bit earlier, but they convene at 1 o'clock. And the type of legislation this is, I think it will probably go first or very early in the list of things that they have to do.
Okay.
Now,
Which committee room is it going to be in? Which?
this will be on the Senate floor.
Oh, Senate floor.
Yeah, the Senate chamber, up in the gallery. And okay, there's part of that Northwest Arkansas. So that's what's going on. When Bob, when Bob Fuller gets here with part of the Northwest Arkansas group, he wanted to make some small signs, primarily for one of the representatives near him, Gayla McKenzie. Gayla Hendren McKenzie is a new legislator. She's opposed to it so far. She has more COS petition signers in her district than any other district in the state except one person. And that's Melody Speaks, who's also elected. So what Bob wanted to do, he's going to try to get as many as he could to come up here from Rogers, Arkansas. And I can't remember the exact phrase, but he was going to say, we're here from District 92, vote for convention states. And, you know, we thought some of the rest of you might want to do that, so we brought some stuff. And you can do that if you want. If you want to write a letter, I don't know if we can get it in before the vote, but certainly thank you notes. We ran into, many of you know Senator Bledsoe. She was in the House for several years, now she's in the Senate, one of the best people out here. We ran into her in the Capitol the other day as we were going out. Mark and I think Bud was with us. And she came over and she said, I want to tell you something. She said, I've served here for 12 terms in the House and the Senate. I have never gotten a thank you note. And I got, I don't know how many she got. She said, I've gotten several thank you notes from your people, and you have no idea what it means. So we do want to thank these people. You know, it's hard. I hear people say, well, I called the guy and he didn't call me back. I can tell you as a former legislator, when you're here in session, you're going 100 miles an hour from the time you get up in the morning until the time you go to bed. And it's not just our bill. There's all kinds of other bills, and they're hearing from everybody. And it's human nature. I'm guilty of the same thing. When I'm happy, I don't feel the need to tell anybody necessarily, but when I want something done, I always let them know that. So it means a lot to them. Most of these people here, there's a few that I keep my hand, but most of them, a lot of them, they may disagree with us. They're good people. They're trying their best. They're doing what they think is right. Not all of them, but most of them. And it's not an easy job, I can tell you that. So we need to recognize that and be appreciative for what they do for us, because they are getting hammered from the other side. I can tell you that. They are getting hammered. Now, I've had 3 or 4 legislators tell me when I open up the emails I get that are opposed to convention of states, said almost every one of them is from out of state. Or it's a bot. The heading of the email says, vote no on SJR3, and you open it up, there's nothing in the body. But they said the people that we're hearing from your side, they're taking the time to write us something. We're getting handwritten letters. So a lot of people have recognized there's a vast difference in where the opposition is coming from and the people in support. They've also told me that the people that I get an email from my district that are actually my constituents are almost all supportive of convention states. So we need to keep that up, and we'll talk more about this later. But just passing this resolution is not our end goal. If we just pass this resolution, we may actually get some great amendments passed eventually at the convention of states. But if that's all we do, it's just a matter of time until the left creeps back in and undoes what we do. The mission of Convention of States is to build a grassroots army of engaged citizens. The only way we make the changes we need to make to restore our Constitution, not completely change it, to take it back to what it was. The only way we do that, and the only way we keep it there, is to remain committed. And, you know, when I was young, I didn't understand that. You know, when